I really enjoy using an action cam when I'm out and about filming. I find they're really convenient, they're small, easy to carry around, and you can get a fantastic picture. One of the ones I use is this one, which is the Action 5, or the Action 4 I would use. Now this is great, except for one thing that I don't like about them, is they're all such wide angle lenses on them, and when you're taking shots, you very often when you get home in post, you just want to zoom in. So I thought, okay, how about if I take one of my other cameras with me and use the zoom on that and then put the footage together. Now the biggest problem there would be probably the fact that they might not match in colour or something. So I decided to do an experiment. I took my Action 5 out and I took my Sony camcorder out. This is an ax53. It's got a fantastic zoom on it. But the biggest problem with this one is that the Action will do 60 frames a second. This will only do 30 when it's in 4K. So I decided to play around with frame rates as well. So not only did I mix the cameras, I also mixed the frame rates. What I did for the standard footage, when I was walking around, I stuck with 60 frames a second. That way you avoid things with jitter and all that sort of thing with the fast shutter speed, and it looks smoother. So 60 frames a second for walking and moving around. And then when I wanted to take still shots or just things of scenery, I would use 30 frames a second on the zoom camera, and then therefore I was getting nice close shots but at a lower frame rate at 30. And then I was using 120 frames a second on the Action 5 when I was doing things like pan shots to get that smoothness, so it looks kind of like it's on a gimbal. So I was using 3 frame rates and 2 cameras, and I put the footage together, and this is what I got. So this is a plan to use 2 cameras and use the 120 and 60 frames a second and the wide angle view of the Action, while at the same time using 30 frames a second to do scenery shots and still stuff on the Sony camcorder, and that way I can use a hefty zoom. So to do this I'm using the longer selfie stick, and it's got tripod feet as well, which are very, very wide, which means I can get a fantastic shot, still shot, both on the Action cam as well as with the Sony camcorder. So it's a useful thing if it doesn't prove to be too large and bulky to be carrying around. That first talking shot was taken at 120 frames a second, and it was done basically by accident. So this is at 60 now, just to make sure that nothing looks too different when I'm using 120 and then rendering at 60. Dangerous road this, you have to make a dash for it. So over there we've got some sheep, and thing is on this camera everything looks so far away, but with the zoom camera I can really get in there. So the first problem really is the larger camera is a lot more bulky to carry around, and when you're in a hurry that's actually not going to work. So I am getting shots with the big camera that I really couldn't get with the little one, while maintaining this little camera for the moving shots. So it's just a question of whether it can be seen when I edit. Of course, the other thing that's handy with this thing is I can put it on a tripod like this and just walk towards it, make out no one else is here except me, and then all I've got to do is turn it the other way, and it looks like I've walked straight past the camera. So it's a nice handy effect I can get just by using that tripod. The thing is, you can capture both close-up shots like those flowers and things, as well as shots like this with the little action cam at the same time. It's really good. Well, there's no doubt that taking a bigger camera definitely gets shots that I can't get with just an action cam. It's just a question of merging them in post, that's all. And you can still get good scenery shots even with an action cam. I've just heard a bird of prey down there. Probably a sparrowhawk, I think. I think he's probably in that tree. But the funny thing is there are two crows right at the top, so I would imagine they're keeping dead still just in case he is further down below and he comes up for a visit. Hello there. This is the friendliest sheep I've ever seen. Hello there, boy. Hello. He obviously recognises me because he came straight over from the rest. I wonder if he wants a stroke. Do you want a stroke? You do. There's a good boy. Is that nice? There. Do your ears. Good boy. It's a nice boy. So that's it. Sun's starting to go down and the end of the day. And there we are. Looks like a little house on the prairie. So you see, I was able to capture all sorts of moments there, things far away and things close up with the action cam. So you get the best of both worlds. So let's see how that all goes together now as a film, as a video. Cheers for now.